Hello there and welcome to Legal Break. I'm Maureen Akers and with me today, Gary Bruce. As always, thank you so much for joining us again, Gary.
Good to be here again. Thank you.
Always good. And we're here talking about some questions that are out there in the public. One of them is ride sharing. So tell us a little bit about, what's the liability, I guess, if you hire an Uber or Lyft ride sharing or taxi-ish type of business? What's the liability there?
Liability, I don't know. You don't have any sitting in the back seat.
Yeah.
Who is the driver?
Yeah.
Who are we dealing with?
Right.
With taxis, surprisingly, and people don't know this, but you're not dealing with the company. They claim that the driver is actually an independent contractor who does his own thing.
Yeah.
I think that's a legal fiction. I'm not sure it's true. I don't always buy it, but that's the argument, and they have insurance through a kind of group collective here in Columbus that is a little different than your normal State Farm, Allstate kind of stuff. So that's what you're dealing with a taxi. Uber is a little different. You're dealing with people's personal vehicles, obviously, and you're dealing with potentially their own personal insurance if they should cause a crash that you're in.
Right.
But here's what I think happens.
Yeah.
And I haven't dealt with an Uber
question.
crash yet, but here's the deal. Once they put you on the clock, then Uber is picking up the insurance. They provide a coverage for you while you're in the vehicle in case their driver has a mishap or something happens. So there's questions about really what insurance would apply. At this point, I haven't dealt with that, but I think it's going to be more and more of an issue for us, and we'll see who steps up. Georgia has some good laws about liability coverage, and that is you can exclude a driver, you can exclude a certain activity. Like if you're driving the car for your business, you might be excluded, but ultimately there has to be at least minimum coverage to cover somebody's negligence. So hopefully that's there. I also encourage people to have uninsured motorist coverage. That sometimes stacks on top or provides additional coverage if you're in these situations.
If you're in that Uber or Lyft car or whatever.
But I think Uber's a little different than taxi. And I think we'll see that play out as the business grows in our area anyway.
Yeah. So high risk, do you have any recommendations for the Uber drivers out there to make sure they have the...
They need to make sure their coverage covers them. They need to make sure Uber's covering them. They need to make sure somebody's covering them while they're transporting
another
passengers.
person,
That's right.
another person or people.
And that's really just good
business sense, right? Yeah, it is. It is. So fantastic.
So check your policy, make sure you know what's covered, and go from there.
There you go. Thanks so much for joining us today, Gary, and we look forward to seeing you on the very next Legal Break.